Hi, everybody. Welcome to Von Cupcake Yoga. I'm your host, Gretchen, and I'm very happy that you're here today. We're going to do a nice energizing stretch meant to kind of open up those hips, open up that heart, and you just kind of feel better all the way around. In our practice, we use blocks. Anything roughly the shape or size of this will do well for you. Blocks are pretty readily available at all big box stores, online. They range between $5 and $40. Look, I'm like a magician. I just pulled one out of my back. So I use 2 blocks. If you don't want to buy blocks or you don't want to invest in blocks, that's totally okay. You can use some big books or anything roughly the shape or size of this. But we're going to get started and we're going to sit down on a block or 2. I actually like to sit down on both blocks. I like to have plenty of space. So we're going to come and sit down on our blocks. Maybe 1, maybe 2, whatever feels right for you. Come and have a seat. We want to bring our legs to crisscross applesauce or whatever feels about right to you. And with our hips elevated on our blocks, it's going to open up a little bit of hip mobility. And then we're going to just kind of wiggle around a little bit. If you've got some juicy goodness back behind you, move that out of the way. What we're looking to feel is the bottom of our hip bones just kind of coming in contact with whatever we're sitting on. That's what we're looking for. And then we're going to take a big breath in and draw that breath all the way up through the crown of your head. Gently press those shoulders back. Let those shoulders settle in. Bring your hands to your knees. Maybe those palms are facing down. Maybe those palms are facing up. It's all good either way. And then close down your eyes or bring them to the front of your mat. Start to focus in on your breath, making no changes, just observing as you inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Take in any sounds that might be around you. Just kind of notice that they're there and let them float away on a cloud. And any thoughts that might pop into your mind, we can put those on a little cloud too. Let them float on by. And anytime our little monkey minds like to jump around to different places, you just come right back to that breath and listen as you inhale through your nose and exhale. Everything I tell you today is a suggestion and not a command. Make any modifications to these postures that serve your body better. This is your practice. I am but your guide. As you inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose, start to visualize that breath coming in through the bottoms of your feet all the way up to the top of your head. And exhale from the top of your head, down your spine, out the bottom of your feet. Inhale through the bottoms of your feet all the way up to the top of your head. And exhale from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. Continue breathing like this for a couple more breaths. And on your next exhale, we're going to roll our chin to our chest. Let that forehead feel so heavy. Start to shake your head no, slowly and dramatically. Taking time to tilt that head from side to side and observe those sensations that you feel in your neck as you breathe slowly and deeply. And on your next exhale, roll your chin to your chest. Let that forehead feel so heavy. On that exhale, roll that right ear over that right shoulder. Let that left shoulder feel heavy. Maybe point that chin in a couple different directions. Find your custom neck stretch there. And exhale. Exhale to roll that chin to your chest. Let the forehead feel heavy. Roll that left ear over that left shoulder. Point that chin in a couple different directions. Find that custom neck stretch. Breathe into it and let it go. And on that exhale, roll that chin to your chest. Gently, slowly draw that head back up to center. We're going to kind of sort of line our ears over our shoulders, sort of kind of line those shoulders over your hips. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale those arms up, reaching high. Draw those palms together to touch and draw those palms down to your heart center. Exhale. Inhale those arms up, reaching so high. And then bring that right hand down to the floor and bring that left arm up and over. Take a moment here. Press that left hip into the floor as you reach that left arm. You can look up or down. Maybe walk those right fingertips out, bending that elbow if you need to. Take a couple breaths. Draw all of your attention to those little muscles in between your ribs. Take a big breath in and feel those ribs open up. And exhale. One more big breath in. Feel those ribs open up. And exhale. Tighten up on those tummy muscles. Draw that body back to center. Full round of breath here. Inhale those arms up, reaching up nice and high. And we're just going to go to the other side. Bring that left hand down and that right hand over. Press that right hip into the blocks or the floor. Reach that right arm up. Take a big breath in. Open up those little ribs. And exhale. Inhale fully and completely. And let it go. Tighten those tummy muscles. Draw that body back to center. Full round of breath here. In and out. We're going to bring this right hand to our left knee and this left hand to our right knee. We're going to let those shoulders round forward as we allow our spine to roll back. You should feel a nice stretch up the back of that spine. And release. Great job. We're just going to do that again. Cross those hands, tap your fingertips on those knees. Sit up nice and tall. And on that exhale, let that spine roll backwards. Maybe that pelvis tips forwards. Maybe that chin comes to your chest. And exhale, come on back to center. Let's start to extend those legs a little bit here. Maybe we extend them out as wide as feels comfortable. Maybe they're nice and wide. Maybe they're not very wide. That's okay. If you got a little belly like me, press that belly towards the center. It's going to open up that hip mobility for you. Inhale those arms up and exhale to fold forward. Reach till you feel that stretch. Let those hands come down wherever they are. Let that heart gently lower down towards the floor. Pull those shoulders away from your ears. Take a big breath in, and on that exhale, maybe those fingertips can walk out a little bit. Maybe that heart can lower down just a little bit more. And then maybe we let our chin come to our chest and take a couple breaths here. We worry less about what we look like and more about how we feel. And send that love to your body. You might feel that stretch into those inner thigh muscles. You might feel it along the hamstrings. Just breathe right into that. Send that breath right to that direction. Send that breath to scoop up that old energy and exhale it out. Start to walk those hands back nice and slow, nice and easy. We're going to bend into that right knee. Inhale those arms up. We're going to pivot our whole body so that we're over that left leg and fold forward. Reach till you feel that nice stretch and then bring those hands wherever they may be. Pull those shoulders from your ears. Make that back feel nice and flat. Take a big breath in. And on that exhale, let that heart lower down towards your knee. And once you feel that nice stretch up the back of your leg, it's okay to bring that chin to your chest. It's okay to breathe here. And exhale. Slowly, slowly, slowly walk those hands back. And we're just going to go to the other side. We're going to extend that right leg out. Bend into that left knee. Wiggle around so you still feel nice and grounded. Inhale those arms up. We're going to pivot over that right leg and fold forward. Reach till you feel that stretch. Let those hands come down wherever they may be. Take a big breath in. Pull those shoulders away from your ears. And on that exhale, let that heart lower down. Find that stretch up the back of your leg. And once you feel your edge as that heart lowers towards your knee, let your chin come to your chest if that feels good for you. Take a couple breaths here. Slowly, slowly draw that body back up. We're going to bend into both knees this time, bringing the soles of our feet together to touch. Move that body, move those fleshy bits so you still feel nice and grounded. Inhale those arms up. And on that exhale, fold forward. Lean into it this time. Let that heart lower down. Maybe these hands come around your feet. Maybe they're on your knees. That's okay too. Whatever feels right for you. Sit up nice and tall. Let that back feel nice and flat. Take a big breath in and draw that heart right to those feet. You don't have to go far. Go till you feel what you need to feel today. It's not a competition. It's just you. You by yourself, giving yourself love. So let that heart lower down. Let that chin come to your chest. Take a few breaths here. And slowly, slowly start to bring yourself up. Great job, everybody. So we're going to come down off of these blocks. And we're going to come to our hands and knees. But I'm going to do future me a solid. And I'm going to bring these blocks to the back of my mat just to kind of have them back there for me. We'll play with them later, but they're there for you. And we're going to come to that hands and knees, that tabletop posture. The knees are going to kind of be about hip width distance apart. And the wrists are going to kind of come right underneath our shoulders. And if you've got crabby wrists, you can always walk them a little bit ahead if that feels better for you. Pull those shoulders away from your ears. Make that back feel nice and flat. Take a big breath in. Let it go. And then inhale to round that spine up towards the ceiling. Tuck that chin, tuck that tailbone, just like you're getting lifted up out of a claw machine. And exhale, let that belly drop, arch that back, shine that heart forward, maybe even looking up. That's your cow pose. Inhale, round that spine, tuck that chin, tuck that tailbone. Maybe it feels good to slightly dip those hips a little bit. And exhale, let that belly drop, arch that back, shine that heart forward. Let's do a couple cat-cows here. Moving in any way that feels good to you. Closing your eyes. Focus in on that spine as it bends and flexes and moves. Great job. One more cat pose. One more cow pose. Back to that tabletop. Great job. Let us extend that right foot back. Toes are going to point down. Press that heel towards the wall behind you. Take a moment here and level out those hips. And then maybe if we're feeling sturdy and secure, maybe we can extend that right arm forward. Reach with that right arm as you press with that left heel. And just look down to your mat. Those wiggles and shakes, that is strength you are building. Maybe we bend into that right foot, press that right heel towards the ceiling, a little extra glute work if we like. And bring that knee down, bring that hand down. One cat pose, one cow pose. Back to your tabletop. All right, friends, we're just going to go to the other side. Extend that left foot back behind you. Toes are going to point down, that heel's going to press back. Level those hips out. And then maybe extend that right hand out, reaching that right hand as we press with that left heel. Find those wiggles and shakes. Maybe it feels good to bend into that left heel, press that heel towards the ceiling. A little extra glute work for you. And bring that knee down, bring that hand down. One cat pose, one cow pose. Start to walk those hands forward. Let that heart start to lower down, keeping those hips nice and high. Find a little puppy pose here. You can absolutely lower those hips if you need to, but let that heart lower down. Let those hips stay nice and high. Take a breath here. Press into those hands. Walk those hands back. And we're going to keep walking those hands back until we come back on our knees. We're going to sit up nice and tall on our knees. Bring these hands to the lower part of your back, and you want those elbows to point back and those fingertips are pointing down. We're going to gently press that pelvis forward. Maybe look up here. Feel a little stretch in the front of your body. Now this is just level 1 of your camel pose. And so the counter pose between this is your child's pose. So after we take 2 breaths here, on that second exhale, we're going to release those hands. Let those hips start to sink down. Bring those hands forward. Walk those hands forward. Find a little child's pose. Take 2 breaths here. Press into your hands. Walk your hands back. Come on back to your knees. Back up on your knees. All right, that was level 1. Now we're going to do level 2. We're going to bring those hands to the lower part of our back. Fingertips are pointing down. Elbows are pointing back. Maybe we look up as we gently press that pelvis forward. From here, my friends, we're going to extend this left hand up towards the ceiling and then bring it back and rest those fingertips to that block. Find your block, bring it to where it needs to be. Okay, from here, we're going to extend this right hand up towards the ceiling as we press our pelvis forward. We let that head loll back and we just feel that front body stretch right here. This is camel on the left side. This is level 2, my friends. Take a couple breaths here. And to release, to get out of this, we're going to lift up that back hand. Let those hips sink down. Bring those hands forward. Walk those hands forward. Let that heart come down. Find a little child's pose here. Take a breath. Press into those hands. Come on back up to your knees. Right back where we were before. We're still at level 2 here. We're going to bring those palms behind us, fingertips pointing down, point those elbows back, press that pelvis forward, look up. And then from here, my friends, we're going to extend that right hand up towards the ceiling and bring it back down towards those blocks. Bring those blocks, fingertips to the blocks. Inhale that left arm up, press that pelvis forward, let that head tilt back. Find that full body stretch in the front of your body. Tighten those glutes. Take a couple breaths here. And to release out of this, we're going to release that back hand. Let those hips sink down. Bring these hands down to the mat. Walk them forward. Let that heart lower down. Find your little child's pose. Take a breath here. Wonderful. Gently press into those hands. Come on back up. All right, my friends, level 3. Now, if you enjoy just doing one side then the other, absolutely do that. You can totally do that. But for me, I'm going to bring my hands to the small of my back. Press that pelvis forward, point those elbows back, tilt my head back. And then I'm going to inhale, draw that left hand up and back to those blocks. There you go. And then I'm going to inhale that right hand up and back to those blocks. Press into those blocks as you press that pelvis forward. Let that head tilt back. Full camel. Now the hands don't necessarily have to come to blocks. If it's in your practice, they can come on down to your feet. Whatever works for you here. It all counts. One more breath. And exhale to release. Let those hips sink down. Bring those hands down. Walk those hands forward. Find your child's pose. Take a breath. Press into those hands. Come back up to that tabletop posture. One cow pose. One cat pose. Sway those hips a little from side to side. That was a very intense stretch, and I'm very proud of you. All right, spread those fingers nice and wide. Tuck those toes. Take a big breath in. And on that exhale, press into your hands, press into your feet. Lift those hips up. Find a little down dog here. Maybe we pedal out our knees, bending one knee and straightening the other. And then walk those hands back to the back of your mat. Find yourself in a forward fold at the back of your mat. And since our blocks are here, bring one block in front of you. So we're in a forward fold, and my feet, they're not necessarily next to each other, but they're close together, whatever feels good for you. Bend into your left knee, straighten that right one. Maybe we extend that left hand up towards the ceiling. Take a breath here, and exhale it down. Keeping those knees bent the way they are. That's the left knee bent and the right knee straightened. Inhale, draw that right hand up towards the ceiling. And lower it back down. We're going to switch sides. Bend into that right knee. Straighten that left knee. Inhale that right hand back up towards the ceiling. And lower down. Inhale that left hand towards the ceiling. Lower down. You can move that block out of your way. Bring your hands to your shins or your knees. Make a nice flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Bend into those knees. Press into those feet. Start to round that spine up, stacking those vertebrae. Bring those shoulders back. Bring those palms to face forward. Find your mountain pose. Maybe close your eyes. Inhale those arms up. Draw those palms together to touch and down to your heart center. Breathe here. Visualize roots coming out of the bottom of your feet. And those roots are digging deeper and deeper into the earth below, connecting you to the center of the earth. Release those hands, sort of kind of shake it out. All right, my friends, we're going to experiment with tree pose today. We're going to work with some balance. And I like to have a block nearby just in case I need it. If you have issues with balance, you can absolutely go next to a wall if you need to. But I'm just going to use a block here just to demonstrate. So we're going to find that mountain pose again. So those legs are going to be about hip width distant apart. We're going to inhale all the way up through the crown of our head. Press those shoulders back. Bring those palms to face forward or even to your hips. That's fine too. Maybe come back to that breath. Lift up all 10 of those toes. Press all 10 toes down. Lift up those heels. Press those heels down. So from here, we're going to start to just observe that right foot. We want that right foot to be nice and planted. Press all 5 of those toes and the heel and maybe even that outer blade of your foot into the mat. And we're going to shift all of our weight onto that foot. Okay? And then let's bend into that left knee. So this knee is just bent. It's not holding any weight. We just got the knee bent. The toes are on the ground. Take a breath here. This is the posture. You don't have to do anything else. But maybe we lift up on those toes. Maybe we bring them to our block. We can absolutely just put those toes right on top of our block and let that right foot be nice and anchored. This is also tree pose. This totally counts. Maybe we pivot that left leg so the knee is going to be facing out. Look at that. We're still in tree pose. Maybe we feel like lifting up on that left knee. Maybe we can bring that left knee right to our calf. That's also tree pose. Take a breath here. Feel those wiggles and shakes. Focus on something. Find something to focus on in your home. Maybe it's a light switch or a picture on the wall. Maybe it's a spot on the floor. Maybe we bring our palms together to touch at our heart center. Find your tree here. Take another breath. If you fall out of the tree, come right back into it. And gently and slowly release. Shake it out just a little bit. Maybe that right leg feels a little burny. Shake it out. Wiggle those legs. Great job. So we're going to scoot the block over just a little bit. And we're going to come to that mountain pose once again. Feet are going to be hip-width distance apart, picking up those toes, planting them down. Draw all of your attention to that left foot. Press all 5 of those toes, assuming you've got 5 toes. Press them into the mat. Press that heel into the mat. Press the blade of that foot into the mat. All of your weight is going to be carried by that left foot. Gently bend into that right knee. These toes are still on the ground. This is tree pose. You don't have to go any further. Maybe, though, we lift up that foot and bring those toes right to a block. This is also tree pose. You can hang out right here. These hands can be on your hips. They can be to prayer. You can have them just hanging. I like them on my hips. Sometimes we don't know what to do with our hands, right? So just put them on your hips. That's totally okay. This is tree pose. Maybe we want to pivot that knee so it is facing out. Still tree pose. Maybe we want to bring that foot, we want to lift up on that knee and bring that foot to our calf. We'd like to avoid putting that foot over your knee. That's just going to open up room for injury, and we don't want to do that. So it can go above or below your knee. I like to just kind of stay right safe here. There's a nice little curve in my calf, fits my foot perfectly, so that's where I'm going to hang out. And maybe we bring our hands to prayer. Find a focal point. If you're wiggling like me, that's because I'm talking to you. So find yourself a focal point, something to focus on. If you pop out of your tree, pop back into it. It's all good. Take some breaths here. Embrace those wiggles. Embrace those shakes. Press all those toes into the floor. It's going to help with that balance. Another breath in. And on that exhale, let it go. Wiggle out those legs. Shake them out just a little bit. Great job. Great job. I'm going to move this block out of my way. Just kind of pushed it with my foot. Find that mountain pose once again. Inhale those arms up. Draw those palms together to touch and down to your heart center. Great job. All right, well, you're still hanging out at the back of your mat, so I'm going to come over here and meet you. I'm going to inhale those arms up and fold forward. Maybe sway a little from side to side. Bend into those knees nice and low. Let those hips sink down. Just find a little version of garland pose here, this little mini squat. And then maybe we start to walk those hands forward. Coming back to that down dog, maybe this time our feet are nice and wide. Maybe our hands are nice and wide. Press those hips up and back, maybe bending in one knee, straighten into the other. You can sway a little from side to side. And then lower those knees down. Crawl forward just a couple and then come on down to the seats. And then we're going to lay down on our back. Bend into those knees. Bring those arms out to your side. Maybe the palms are facing up. Let those knees gently sway. Get real dramatic. Let that hip lift up as those knees dip a little closer. You can do this today. And if you can't do it today, you'll do it tomorrow. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. You are capable of impossible things. And I am very proud of you. Walk those feet to the outside edges of your mat. Let those knees just kind of lean in towards each other. This might take some pressure off your lower back, especially if you got a little extra juicy goodness back behind you. And if this doesn't serve you, you can absolutely just extend those legs. We're just going to take a couple breaths here. Soften that space in between your eyebrows. Unclench your jaw. You are worthy. You are deserving. For every inhale, think loving, positive energy. And for every exhale, release that old energy that doesn't serve you. And I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Start to come back to that breath. Maybe come back to some gentle swaying of those knees. Maybe we find our way onto one side, a little fetal posture. Take a breath here. Maybe we gently press ourselves up. Come back to an easy seat. If you want to sit on those blocks, you can. I'm just going to sit down. Wiggle around a little bit till you feel grounded. As we close our practice, we're going to inhale those arms up, draw those palms together to touch, and down to that heart center. And as we give honor to the beautiful culture that gave us yoga, we recite, the light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Oh, thank you guys so much. I hope you feel so much better. Please be sure you're subscribed to our channel so you never miss one of our videos, and share me with one of your friends. If you know somebody who really wants to try yoga and is a little intimidated about going into a studio, send them right over here to Gretchen VonCloedt. And until next time, take care of each other. Bye-bye.